Well, good morning. You caught me getting a little bit of fresh coffee before we start here. I went out this morning to the farmer's market. It was really cold. I think it was about 16 degrees when I left the house this morning. So I have a little bit of a hat head because I had my little hat on. I needed my ears covered. Okay, that's better. Um, but I had a great time. I love our little farmers market. It's changed in the last year, and now it's owned by an Amish couple that I've known for a long time. And she has brought in some fantastic vendors. So, one of the vendors, well, two vendors that I go to regularly. One of them has homegrown lettuce, and they still have it going in their greenhouse. So I ran by there early because sometimes if I go too late, they don't have any left. But look at this. Ain't she a beauty? So I got two gorgeous red leaf lettuce heads, just like that. So I was very pleased with that. And I think they're like two for $3, which is so ridiculously cheap, but I'm very grateful for it. So I got myself some lettuce and yams and zucchini and carrots and blueberries and lemons and oranges and all those great things. Welcome to Thursday. We're at Thursday. Can you believe it? Hey, so I want to give a shout out. I'm not going to use any names, but I know of a group of guys that are kicking off a week of plant-based living today. And I think some of them are super scared. So some of them are wondering if they can actually do it. So encouragement, yes, you can. Man up. Eat the vegetables. You're going to love it. I promise at the end of the week, your little week thing here, you're going to feel fantastic. So good luck, guys. I'm rooting for you. So today we are making our roasted root salad for lunch. Didn't those come out beautifully? I ended up making a double batch. So that's what I had. I had enough for a double batch. And I've been sort of picking at this. And I have to say, the parsnips and the turnip they're just so sweet. They're wonderful. That's why I call this sweet and crunchy. So I did not choose to do mine crunchy. I let mine soften. So I'm just loaded with all this goodness here. So today we're going to make our sweet and crunchy roasted root salad with our sweet mustard dressing. But before we do that, we need to prep for tomorrow. And tomorrow we're going to have our summer corn salad over our greens. And so this is sort of a riff on a New England flavor that I grew up with called succotash. I was never a fan. But for whatever reason with the chickpeas, I think it just works better for me texture wise. I was very blessed to be able to find this beautiful corn. I actually ran into our local Wise market earlier this morning, and the produce manager, Katie, was so helpful. And I said, I'm doing a live video. I have to have some fresh corn. And she said, I have some that's not even peeled. It's beautiful. I'll get it out for you. So thank you to Katie. For being fantastic. And so I have two beautiful ears of fresh corn that we're going to peel. We have our lime. I'm using lime instead of lemon. So the recipe calls for a cup of fresh corn kernels, a cup of chickpeas, a cup of fresh parsley that's been chopped, diced red bell pepper, cracked black pepper, and lime or lemon. So I'm going with a Mexican theme just because I love that. You could go with the lemon and the parsley and make it more of a Middle Eastern theme. You could even add a little touch of cumin if you wanted to. But the lemon and the cracked black pepper would be fantastic. If it was summertime and you had access to fresh basil, you could even do fresh basil with this, with a little bit of fresh lemon, and instead of your parsley or cilantro, and then add some fresh tomato. Like there's so many ways that you can adjust this to whatever floats your boat. I also have some cilantro here. So it was a little tired it's January, right? It is what it is. It's a little tired, but that's okay. I've got it sitting in some fresh water here, and we will chop that up in a minute. So we need to make our summer corn salad first. And the thing that's going to take the most time is this peeling. So if you have fresh corn, let's get this done. Our little pigs are going to be so happy. This will be a treat for them to get some of these fresh husks. All right. I like getting it in the husk because it's all clean, hasn't been touched. It smells amazing. Oh, I know it's not like fresh local corn, but that smell, ooh, that smell brings me back to June and July. So in our family, if we don't grow our own corn, I have a source I can buy it from by the bushel bag. It's so cheap. You can get 100 ears for 20 bucks, something like that. Anyway, so we buy fresh corn. In the summers, Tom and Trey do all the shucking. They are amazing. And then we sit down with knives and we just strip it right off the cob, fresh, put it in a great big bowl. We have these huge mixing bowls. They call them Amish bread mixing bowls that my mother got me. Anyway, we fill those up and then I scoop it into freezer bags and we eat that all winter. And I know some people blanch and do all this. I honestly haven't. We eat it up. So it doesn't sit in my freezer for longer than a year. And it works out just fine for us. So anyway, there's a little tip for you. If you want to eat home, frozen, fresh corn, especially if you can buy it local, right? Then it's fantastic. Hang on here. I'm going to put this over to the side. All right. We'll flip that over so we don't get the silk everywhere. And then we're just going to do some stripping here. So I'm just going to take your knife and go right down. Oop, I had a plan in place here. Hang on. There we go. You see that? So we're just going to take our knife and we're going to go straight down the side. And this is just going to taste fantastic. Don't cook this. We're going to do this fresh. This is amazing enzymes for your body. I know that it's not local, and it's completely not seasonal. However, your body will be very grateful for this. You could strip this further if you wanted to. You could really crank it down the sides. I'm not going to do that because I know what kind of mess it makes, which is why we normally do it on the porch. But you can do that. I'm going to leave that for the chickens and the pigs. Whoever gets that will be happy to pull the rest of that off. So, all right. So we're just going to go down. We're going to strip this cob. When I do this into the bucket, I actually hold it this way, which is super dangerous. Don't do that. And I come this way because I can do them really fast that way. But we're not going to do that here because I don't want anybody to cut themselves. So safety first. I do have a little stripper thing that I bought years ago at an Amish store out in Ohio when Tom and I took our second honeymoon. But I don't use it. The knife is a lot faster. All right. So that's our corn. That's all done. All right, so now we have our fresh corn. So we're going to dice up our red bell pepper. Remember, we saved that from earlier this week. And I'm going to make it small. You don't want this big. You want these pieces like little, okay? You're just looking for pretty color and a little bit of flavor in the bites. You don't want big bites of this. All right. And then we're going to chop it up this way. So yeah, I got up this morning and it was about 13 degrees up here. And I went and cleaned off my car and let it run for about 10 minutes before I got in it. Because I'm telling you right now, those seats, ooh, nobody needs to sit on that in 13 degrees cold. Not this mama anyway. Yeah, so I cleaned off the car and I was so grateful I could get down and back up our driveway. Sometime I'll take a video so you can see what I'm talking about. Our driveway is long and it's got a weird angle to it. And Tom has done so much work, but it still washes out once in a while and it's really hard to get up sometimes. So, okay. So we're going to put our red pepper in here. And then I am going to add, I got these beautiful green onions at the grocery store, and I thought, oh, I think that would be pretty too. So I think we're going to go with the white side because it's a little milder. I don't need and only a little bit here, like maybe a tablespoon. You won't need a lot because you don't want to drown out the flavor of that. Very scientifically chopping here. You don't want to drown out the flavor of the corn. So got a runaway piece there. All right. We'll add that to our little bowl. Okay, next thing we're going to do is our lime. Now, it calls for a teaspoon of lime juice. I'm going to use a bigger side, and I'm going to save this for tomorrow to sprinkle fresh over the top of it. So, all right, so we're going to squeeze that in here. First, I'm going to hand squeeze, then we're going to dig it out. This is a nice fresh one. It's sort of firm. All right, and we're just gonna, I know there are tools for this. I was thinking about that this morning. There are tools for this. There's only so many gadgets I can have in my kitchen. Half the time I forget I even have them, and I, again, go grab a fork. So, but this works. You can see I'm just twisting it around in there. And I don't mind if I get some of the pulp in there, because that will just taste amazing. So I've loosened all that up. Oh yeah, look at that. We're in good shape. Nice. All right. The pigs and the chickens do not like that. I'll put it in the little scrap bucket for them, but they're not going to be enthusiastic about it. All right, so then I'm going to pull out my cilantro out of the water, give it a little shake. I could use my salad spinner on this, but I'm not too worried about it. I am going to take this much. Okay. So the rest of this I'm going to save. I'm going to save this, and I'm going to use this in a dressing for myself next week. I love cilantro. I know cilantro is so polarizing. I actually read an article. Why is it so polarizing? I have no idea. I love it. I think it's fantastic. Let me show you a little trick to chopping this up, so I can find a leaf big enough. Hold on. Okay. Here's a little trick. If you have a lot of loose herbs like this, you just take them, stack them in your lettuce leaf. You just put them right in the middle, and then roll your lettuce leaf, roll it right up in the lettuce leaf. And now you have this tight little package, see that? And you're just gonna chop it that way. So, and you won't really notice the lettuce at all because it's gonna be super small. You're just gonna do it. Tiny little ribbons, like this. And it holds it for you, so you don't have to try to figure out how to get all those leaves to stay in one place. This works really well with lemon balm. It works really well with basil, especially, you know, sometimes in the summer you get all those huge basil leaves. Okay, now I'm going to give it one more swipe this way. And I'm going to put this in a salad, so I don't really care that it's got these little lettuce pieces, but you can't tell anyway. All right. In goes the cilantro. Don't be afraid to get your hands messy, kids. Just wash them first. All right, so we're going to give that a good, oh my goodness, that smells so amazing. This smells like summertime right here. I'm loving it. Look at that beautiful color. No wasting of the cilantro. Gorgeous color. Gorgeous smell. It smells like a summer picnic. All right, and then we're going to add our chickpeas. So I have to make a confession. I cooked these chickpeas earlier this morning. I was afraid they wouldn't cook in time, so I actually started them. Okay, let me back up. Here's my trick to cooking beans to give you less gastric distress. Soak the beans overnight with baking soda, like a teaspoon. That helps soften them. And then when you go to cook them, bring them to a simmer, let them foam, drain them, and then rinse them. and then put them back in the pot, cover them with freshly boiled water, bring them back to a simmer and cook them. It gets rid of some of those enzymes that make your stomach not feel great. But I overcooked mine. I was afraid that they wouldn't cook in the time I was gone. So they're actually a little mushier than I would like, but the flavor is fantastic, so I'm not going to worry about it. I am going to add these in here. Then I put them in the freezer to try to firm them up a little bit, and they all froze together. What are you going to do? All right, so we're going to mix this up. Oh my goodness, this is so pretty. Tomorrow when we put this on our salad, we are going to not do our cruciferous. So we're not going to do the purple cabbage, purple onion, carrot. We're probably just going to shred some fresh carrot. I don't want to do the purple cabbage with this because my chickpeas are all frozen together. I don't want to do my purple cabbage with this because I think it would take away from the flavor. So look how pretty that is. Look at that. Isn't that nice? All right, so that's for tomorrow. All prepped, ready to go. And cilantro all over my hands. I am going to put that into this little bowl, which will go into the refrigerator, and that will sit overnight. So, you know, again, we're prepping for the next day for two reasons. One, we want tomorrow to be fast, but three, we want these flavors to have a night to sit. I am going to add, and I should have done it before I put it in here, but that's all right. I am going to add some crushed red pepper. You could add fresh jalapenos to this if you wanted some heat. I just want a little bit of heat. I don't need a lot of heat. So I'm going to use some red pepper here. And I'm just going to sprinkle that on top. That'll sit in there overnight as well. Maybe like a quarter of a teaspoon. I'm using my little shaker on the top to get the little pieces, so the little pieces go through. Oh, wait, thank you, Miss Melissa. Thank you for saying I look beautiful. I will take it. All right, so there we go. That's prepped for tomorrow. All the yum right there. I can't wait to eat that. Now, let's build our salad for today. You ready? We have for today, oh, we gotta make our dressing. Hang on. Today's dressing is going to be the sweet mustard dressing. So I have my maple syrup. I have my coarse ground Dijon mustard, and I have a little bit of rice vinegar. So we're going to use this jar because it has just the amount that I want, about a tablespoon. You could use more if you wanted to. I think the recipe calls for 2 to 2 with the mustard and the maple syrup. This is going to be so good with those potatoes, those roasted roots. Okay, so that's looking pretty good there. And then I like a little kick from the vinegar. If you use too much, it's watery and runny, so just be careful you don't use too much. Just a little bit. Yeah, lovely. Lovely. Okay, and so that's our salad dressing. I did see how some people are using Whole Food Plant-Based Cooking Show uses hemp instead of cashews or whatever to make a creamy salad dressing. So I would actually be interested to know if you added hemp seeds to this salad dressing. And Miss Marcy's been making it with the option with the roasted Vidalia. So it's almost like that salad dressing you can buy at Aldi. I think it's like a sweet Vidalia or a sweet onion salad dressing. Anyway, it would be very similar to that. But you could add the hemp seeds, put it in your high-speed blender, and make it creamy. So I might actually try that. We'll see. We'll see how much time this takes. All right, so that's done. And then I'm not going to need this. This is all finished. I'm not going to use that red lettuce today. I need to wash that and put it through the salad spinner before we use it because It was homegrown, so it's probably got some hands have been on it. So we have our bowl that we've been using this week, this beautiful big salad bowl. I have been feeling fantastic eating these huge salads. How about you? Oh my goodness. There is not much romaine in here, kids. Not much at all. Glad I got that lettuce today. All right, so we're gonna do, I guess I'm loading up on kale. We're not gonna do a video Saturday and Sunday, just so you know. You have the menu for Saturday and Sunday. It's basically clean up the fridge. You're gonna use whatever you have left over that needs to be used. And then, all right, we have you'll have a little bit left of this by the looks of it. Got a bit left. So I'm not gonna use my hands because then I just have to wash them again. I'm going to take out that big piece that got missed by the food processor. All right, so we've got, so I guess this is going to be probably like a carb heavy. I've got a little bit left, so I don't need it for tomorrow, so I'll have it for this weekend. Woo-hoo! Love that. That works out great. Okay, so I have a little bit of kale for my weekend salads and my salad tomorrow. I'll have red lettuce for my salad tomorrow, which will be so good. And okay, so there we go. So now we're going to shake that up a little bit. Get some things mixed around in there. What can I use? Let's see. There we go. Get that mixed up a little bit. And then we're going to add our roasted roots from yesterday. All right, big handfuls. However, whatever you're thinking is going to work for you. I am breaking my fast with this. Again, I haven't eaten since last night. I'm doing that to give my body, my digestion, a rest. I haven't been as committed probably the last November and December were hard. I had a lot of stressors and I ate them. Instead of something positive, I ate things that, yeah, it's easy. It's a downward, it's a slippery slope. You eat a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Next thing you know, a week's gone by and you're at 60% compliance as opposed to 95. You gain weight, you get discouraged. God bless America. It happens. Don't worry about it. Don't jump off the wagon and say, bleep it, I'm not going to do it. I can't keep this up. Don't do that. Have some faith in yourself. You can do this. It's okay to struggle. That's not the problem. Okay, so here's the thing. Have you seen that billboard that says that people who try to quit smoking and fail are more likely to actually quit smoking in the long run? Here's the thing. Keep trying. If you fail one day, whatever, just go ahead and start over. No excuses. You don't get to let your body off the hook like that. Listen to me. This is our longevity we're talking about. If you're a parent, suck it up. Get healthy. Honestly, you got kids to take care of. We got to be able to move. We got to feel good. We got to be able to focus. The world needs us. The world needs what you have to offer. And in order for you to offer who you are, you need to be able to speak. You need to be able to have a voice. You need to feel vibrant. You need to feel alive. You need to be able to dive into the things that you've been given to do 110% and love every second of it. And if you feel yucky, you can't do that. So if you fail, no big deal. Jump back on. No condemnation. We're just trying again. Okay, here we go. So we got our nice little salad dressing here. Rant over. But I think sometimes we need to hear that because we get down on ourselves. And listen to me. Follow me on social media, but don't stay there. Don't do the comparison thing. It's super dangerous. Oh my goodness. That's a trap you don't want to get into. So there's our salad for today. It's huge. Again, this is going to work really good for me. I've been enjoying all the greens, but I love the potatoes. What can I say? So this is salad for today. We have our topping for tomorrow. Tomorrow's dressing is the whipped citrus guacamole. I have some left over from earlier in the week. If you don't, that's okay. Just make some more. It's no big deal. And voila, we're done. So again, 20 minutes, right? We got this. I love you too, Marcy. I'm so glad you're here. And I hope you feel better too. All right, so I'm going to go eat my lunch. I hope you have a fantastic day. Wherever you are, try to get outside. Um, Even if the weather's yucky, sometimes it's just nice to breathe in some air that's not stale, that hasn't been circulating. Get outside, tell somebody that you see them, use their name, be appreciative for what's around you, be grateful for your food, and I will see you tomorrow. Have a fantastic afternoon. Bye.